Yo, what up guys, Mike here, XBG, bringing you a tutorial here on what to do right away when you dust this game off and come back to it 1.4. Hopefully you guys come back, check it out, see what the hype's been all about, and hopefully I can make it a little easier for you. So as you see here, when you first load up, this is actually me in the background loading this game up for the first time in a while. Didn't play much of 1.3 because it just sucked my nuts, and if you guys played 1.3, you're going to be ahead of the game already. So basically go to tier 4 right away. I'm going to show you how to get in there and play it because it's going to give you the best gear. And honestly, I'm kind of confused. I really just don't know what 1, 2, and 3 tiers are for. Unless you're starting a new character, I can see it, but if you're not, jump right into this. Go get all your stuff out of the stash that's low level. As you can tell, I didn't have the greatest gear to start with anyway, so I'm just gonna unload pretty much everything that's 204 and under, and then you're gonna come over here to the vendors. And the reason why you want to be in tier 4 is because that's, even on normal, tier 4 is going to give you those 229 drops, and that's the end game gear right now. So I mean, yeah, I'm holding on to probably a few of the best things I have just to grind, but I'm going to show you how to get 229 gear right away. As you'll see, my gear score on the bottom right is only 202 after the change. So I'm going to go through here, just select the few things that I think, you know, I may need to bring with me to grind out the new gear, because as soon as you get the 229 gear, I mean, it's already going to outrank all this stuff, and you're going to get that right away. And I'm going to show you even how to jump from, let's see, I'm 202, and I'll be, after this, I'll be up to the 229 and be able to grind hard mode in tier 4, which is just fine because it's going to give you enough gear to, you know, after a couple hours, you're going to be able to do challenging and be in with groups and just get right into it. Don't waste your time with lower tiers. Just do this method and you're going to be able to jump right into things and get the end game gear that you need. So once you go through all your stuff sorted out and trash icon pretty much every useless piece of garbage that you have now from 1.3, I would say 182s and under for sure. Maybe keep a couple of your 204 pieces, and if you got anything higher, definitely keep that. Basically what you're trying to do now is get lucky on a few rolls, because once you trash all these, I'll sell them. You're just gonna see I'm gonna, you know, sell as junk, because you want your wallet, you want that big fat wallet. So if you're playing 1.3 and you have a lot more, and you know you bulked up and save, you're gonna be in a lot better spot. But otherwise, get what you can money wise from what you have, and at the bottom of the vendors you're gonna get a cash. Now I was doing a little testing here. It doesn't matter which, if it's the weapon vendor or the gear vendor, they're both going to give you a chance at random stuff in the cache. You can get set items, gear items, weapons. I bought a few from each, and it seemed to, you know, randomize both and all equipment. I ran over here to this vendor, is the Dark Zone vendor, and he's going to sell stuff for the Dark Zone points, of course. So I think I bought a few of these ones first. I bought a handful of them. I didn't want to use all my Dark Zone points money up just in case, you know, there's a vendor out there with something. You know, this is, like I said, this is brand new, just jumping right into it. I'm just trying to get everybody started. So you're going to buy as many caches as you feel comfortable with the Dark Zone credits, and then buy as many of the regular caches with the regular credits, as much as you feel comfortable with. So this is where you kind of got to get lucky. I mean, I'm going to open up these, gear up what I can. The great thing about the Dark Zone ones is they're going to give you Phoenix credits too, and you can also buy these caches in the underground with Phoenix credits, and I'll get to that here in a little bit. But right now I'm just opening up all these caches, hoping for some good stuff. I actually landed some pretty decent weapons, a couple set pieces, and you know, some okay gear items, enough to where everything is 229 gear, and it's gonna get me through to start. It's gonna put me right into tier 4 where I want to be to grind out everything else I need for my end game. I mean, I played a month or 2 months of 1.3 and got one freaking end game piece, and I put this game in and started here for 5 minutes and I already loaded up. It's pretty funny actually. Yeah, just for now, just keep this cycle up. Open your caches. If you don't need that piece, mark it as trash, sell it, and buy some more caches. And then the goal here is just to get as many caches as you can and hopefully get a decent setup going for you. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go through all this stuff real quick, save you guys the trouble, and I'll be back here in a little bit with what I found to gear myself up, and I'll be back shortly. Alright guys, I'm back, and yeah, the game footage I had recorded, it went bye-bye. I don't know what happened to it. So I'm down in the underground already. I'm going to recap here what I got. As you can see in my bottom right, I was able to get up to 229 already, max level. And I got some final measure pieces, so that worked out pretty nicely. Because that's, it's good defense right away. So if you're just looking in there, looking to get in the tier 4 and grind, you want that high defense right away. Got my overheal armor right away, so that's nice. I'm liking that. Actually scored a pretty decent sentry armor as well, but not many other pieces, so I'll hold off on that for now. But like I said, you'll get a lot of random pieces. It's pretty nice. Just put together what you can. Going with the specialized backpack for that extra skill power action. Got a couple other pieces, but I think I'm going to go with this for now. Like I said, just kind of gear up with the best you got. Everybody's going to kind of vary, just kind of depends what you get out of your caches, but all in all, you're going to be able to go through tier 4, and that's the bottom line. Okay, I'll go over real quick some of the weapons I scored. First wave Vector here, not too shabby, some decent talents. Talents are pretty good this in patch 1.4, so you can't go wrong with a lot of them. They upgraded a lot of them, so it's pretty nice. That's what I'm rocking right now. Nothing special, nothing great, but you'll still see here I'll be able to go through tier 4. And it was lost in the footage, but I'm going to go here. You can do this with and fill in some of your holes. This special claim vendor, he'll have caches down here for your Phoenix credits. I mean, I had about 1,400 after opening all my Dark Zone caches. So I didn't spend all my credits. I could, but I was just filling some holes. They got the mods, gear, weapons, and if you want to try any gear sets, you can buy those. And they're only 100 Phoenix credits, a lot cheaper than an actual knee pad or gloves. Those are like 600. So you're taking more chances, but they're a lot cheaper, and you can just fill the holes from your other caches if you missed, oh, I needed some better gloves. I didn't get shit on my gloves. So you can just go up there, do the gear ones. Or just roll set ones. I think I bought some set ones and actually got some gloves because I didn't have any gloves in my first chances. Tried a mod one there because I don't have any mods right now. Performance mods, that is, but it gave me this crappy reflex sight, but they're actually going to give you level 33s, so if you're lacking on mods and sights and magazines and you want level 33s, it's a good way to go as well. Alright, well, I made it to 229. It is a basic build, it's nothing great. But I'm going to show you guys here, even with this build, I can solo hard on tier 4. Just a couple clips, we rolling through, and I think I still at the end got 2 set pieces and a couple 229 yellow pieces. So already in the end game content, everything is going to be 229 gears now, and I just started. And it feels really good. It makes this game just a lot better, being able to get into the thick of stuff and not have to grind and barely see high-end gear unless you're with a good group and you got some good friends to play with. This is definitely based more around solo, which I like. I mean, I know challenging is going to be a little tougher for sure, and you might need a group, but it's definitely going to be doable solo, which is awesome for me. And don't forget, you guys can go and change if you want to spend the money to, change a few of your things around in your weapons. You definitely want to get some armor, and you can just be that much better right off the bat. I think I did change a few things, but I didn't want to spend that much money, or I basically spent all my money on caches, so I didn't have too many roles to choose from at the modification table. But as you can see, it didn't really matter because I got enough decent items just doing those few things that, I can walk right through hard. I mean, there might be 1 or 2 times I got a little greedy and almost died, but for the most part, if you take your time, you're going to be able to run through these 10 10 minutes at max, 15. If you're any longer than that, you might want to go down to normal. And that's the thing, is you can do tier 4 normal and still get some decent drops at the end. Maybe not as many, but you know, you're in tier 4 getting the high drops. And if you can't do hard, bump it down to normal, but you should definitely not have to go down to tier 3 or 2. Like I said, that's basically for when you start a new character. You want to get to tier 4 as fast as possible, and don't waste your time in the low tiers when you can run right through hard or normal in tier 4 and getting the best items. These bastards almost got me, but I still never had to use my what is that? The medical link. Never popped up on solo. If you get hit, he automatically gives you the revive. So I didn't even have to pop that for me when I was running through. It's very doable solo, and you know, I'm only gonna have to do a few of these runs, get a few more pieces, and then I can probably jump right into challenging with a group, and you know, just go from there. And then you know, you're gonna gear up for whatever else you want to do. If you want to go, you know, roam outside and do that stuff, or get in the dark zone right away, you're gonna be able to do it. And you know, have the 229 gear pieces to actually not get your ass kicked, you know, or jumped. I mean, it's probably going to happen a lot more because everybody's going to be, you know, semi-strong, but at least everybody's going to be on the same page, so I don't think it's going to be very bad. I'll get in the dark zone here in a little bit and try it out and see, but all in all, everything's going to be real good, I believe. Definitely liking this patch for sure, for gear-wise and just, you know, all the solo effort it put into it. And if you guys don't have underground, I'm sure you can just grind out regular missions, you know, like Phoenix credits missions and all that, you know, just to gear up and get some of the decent stuff. This is the fastest way I've found to gear up is underground. It kind of helps out a lot. But I'm sure you can do the Lex runs or Lincoln Tunnel runs and, you know, gear up pretty much just as fast. It should also be a viable option if you don't have underground. So boss is about to go night-night right now, and boom, got my MP7 and Alpha Bridge holster, so that's nice. Definitely want to get me some Alpha Bridge pieces. And actually when I went through here and to my treasure stash here, I got an extra Alpha Bridge glove, so boom, 2 Alpha Bridge pieces just like that. Looking like I'm gonna gear up on my way nice and easy. Alright, so there it is, guys. That's how you do it. Get right into tier 4. Don't waste your time. Gear up. Get that end game going. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video and hope it helped you out. If it did, help me out. Hit the like button. Maybe subscribe if you guys want some more. And I'll talk to you guys later. XBG out.